This video was brought to you by Elgato Gaming. If you want to step up your production quality, be it capture card, lighting, a professional face cam, or a stream deck to control your streams, then check out the link in the description. So it's no secret that the world of Call of Duty Zombies is home to many Easter eggs, but what if I told you that 4 years since the release of Revelations, an unsolved Easter egg has just been solved? Don't believe me? Well, by the end of the video, you're going to be very surprised. So it's super important that you watch absolutely all of it to understand everything there is to know about this Easter egg. And I'd love to know your thoughts on this down below in the comment section, as I'm sure 99% of you have forgotten this thing exists. And when I talk about this, I talk about this specific truck in Origins in Revelations that plays a very obscure audio sequence. Many years have passed since this map's come out, so you've probably forgotten about this, and if you do know it, you've probably just ran right past it and given it no notice. But the noise itself sounds like a radio that is tuning between loads of different frequencies and tons of different sounds are being played, like you'd normally find if you were changing the station inside of a car radio. But right near the end of the clip is where some familiarity is starting to be heard, where we hear an incoming radio transmission from someone, but it sounds completely mumble jumble, and it's super hard to make out anything because, as is the nature of Treyarch and these Easter eggs, they purposely made it hard to make out anything. Turns out the end of this radio transmission is a set of coordinates being given, but Treyarch had reversed the audio. So then if we play this audio in reverse, you can actually hear the transmission normally and work out exactly what the radio man is saying. So I'll play you the audio as it is normally in the map, and then I'm going to reverse it and see if you can work out what's being said.
Can I have your next position after 170 east? And 13 north, 180 east. Roger, stand by your flight.
So it's now much more obvious that it's a conversation between two people where someone is giving coordinates to another person. Now, this is nothing new, so you're probably wondering, John, what is this new Easter egg you're talking about? What is going on here? Well, your minds are about to be blown, and I normally say that as an exaggeration, but I am being genuinely serious here. Now, a lot of the negative criticism that fans have about Black Ops 4 Zombies is that it seems like Treyarch didn't have a plan in place for this game, and that zombie DLCs were rushed and lacking in the things that Black Ops 3 had that made them so great. But this is going to be where you're wrong. Now, if we pay attention to what is being spoken in that reverse radio message, the coordinates that someone's giving to someone is 43 north, 180 east. Now, during Revelations and pretty much all of Black Ops 4 up until Tag der Toten, this meant nothing. There was no links to what this meant and was very likely to just be another forgotten story thread by Treyarch, because hey, they don't plan anything in advance, right? Well, what if I told you that those weren't just any ordinary coordinates, but they were actually coordinates for something which we would understand 4 years later? How, you ask? Well, let's jump straight into it. And in order to understand how this fits into place and how cool this is, we have to look at a certain set of radios in Tag der Toten. Two characters who need no introduction, Anton Gersh and Harvey Yeaner, trying to build the Agarthan device, a device capable of granting that which any man desires. And they wanted to use it to beat the Americans to the Group 935 lunar facility and become leaders of the free world. Dr. Richtofen promised them that he would construct the Agarthan device, but in order to do so, they must get him a specific item, this being the blood from an ancient creature. And this ancient creature is known as the Elder God, essentially a humongous apothecon, very similar in size and scale to what we see in Revelations. And you can see an artistic drawing of that apothecon on Tag der Toten. In order to collect its blood, which is apparently alive, you have to retrieve it from the body of this apothecon Elder God, which is at the bottom of the ocean. Now, I don't know about you, but you can't just go to the bottom of the ocean and find something like this. So of course, they were given coordinates. Now, at the start of the first radio, they get wind of these coordinates via a transmission, which they have intercepted and verified the authenticity of. And in the next radio, Harvey Yeaner went to the bottom of the ocean and collected this apothecon's blood. But the eureka moment here is the coordinates and where exactly they got it from. The coordinates provided to them was the exact coordinates mentioned in the Revelations radio by the Americans. 4 years later, these random set of coordinates linked into one of the most important discoveries for Harveyina and Gersh in order to build the Agarthan device. 43 North, 180 East. Here's the Revelations radio, and here's the coordinates mentioned in Tag der Toten.
43 North, 180 East.
Was that the coordinates provided?
Yes. 43 North, 180 East.
43 North, 180 East.
43 North, 180 East.
Now, there is no way on planet Earth that this is just a coincidence. Treyarch really did plan that far ahead to throw a nugget of information like that in our faces without us knowing the context for 3 whole years. The Zombies narrative team at Treyarch really did care about this stuff to link it in such an important way. Now, if for some reason you are still on the fence about this radio even mentions that they intercepted a transmission that Americans were in the area. They were obviously there for the same reason, to extract the blood from the Elder God to create their own Agarthan device. But where did those Americans get the coordinates to go to that area? Well, they got it from the radio in Revelations. Now, if your mind is blown just like mine, let me know down below in the comment section. And if you didn't know about this Easter egg and what it meant, click a like rating on this video right now so I can gauge how many of you guys are shook by this. Because a lot of people will say that Black Ops 4 was definitely not planned, was rushed, and was not the game that Treyarch wanted to give us. But when they have Easter eggs like this, it makes you realize that, hey, you know what? Perhaps this was all part of Treyarch's original plans, and this was obviously always going to be intentional to be in the final DLC of Black Ops 4 with Tag der Toten. These are the sort of Easter eggs which, years later, when it's finally realized, makes you really appreciate what they've done to build up the story and lore. Now, I can't take any credit for this Easter egg find. This was something that a fellow Zombies community member, Kaljitsu, realized. I don't know how he realized it, but at some point there was an epiphany where he linked 2 and 2 together. So massive shout out to him for that and for this video. Essentially, you can thank him and also keep up to date with any other cool things you might find by following him on Twitter, linked down below in this video's description. But it really gets your mind wondering that perhaps there is so much more in Zombies that we still have not put 2 and 2 together on. The ending to the Aether story in Zombies may have seemed rushed. It may not have seemed like Treyarch pushed every boat and corner to make this the best finale map ever, but you can't deny that a lot of things got tied up within this map, including Easter eggs like this, which is absolutely amazing. And even back in 2016 with that radio, it's clear that the Treyarch narrative team were thinking on how they can link so much of the old storyline with some of those classic characters like Harveyina and Anton Gersh in what is essentially a humongous plot point in the overall zombie storyline about a device we did not know existed until the final map. If you enjoyed this video and you want to see more videos like this, then be sure to hit that subscribe button, as 78% of you that watch my videos currently aren't subscribed. So if you subscribe and hit that bell, you'll always have a new video delivered straight to your subscriptions box. What I'll do now is I'll play you the exact radio where the coordinates are mentioned, so you can hear exactly how Harveyina extracted the blood from the Elder God, and of course hear the context of those coordinates. But thank you for watching, I hope you enjoyed, and I'll catch you in another Zombies video very soon.
I trust your trip was a success.
Like you wouldn't believe, Anton, what we found down there. The creature was magnificent, gargantuan in size. It was otherworldly, a remnant of a different age. Oh, I wish you could have seen it.
It was at the coordinates provided.
Yes, 43 North, 180 East. The blood has a fluidity to it that I find fascinating. We would have investigated further, but we intercepted a transmission that the Americans were in the area. Somehow they'd been informed about the creature's location.
Ah, these damn leaks. They will be our undoing.
It seems every step we take, the Americans follow suit.
Mark my words. There is a mole in Ascension, Harvey. We must strike it out before it destroys us. Get a team together, people we trust. If we are to study the blood, we must make sure the Americans do not find out.
To study it? Anton, I think we should follow the plan and deliver the blood to the Siberian facility.
Yet, Harvey, we cannot. This struggle with the Americans, we cannot let them get the advantage. This blood is our only leverage. After the war and Group 935 disbanded, you came to us. You came to me. You saw a better vision for the future here than what your America was offering. We created Ascension on the principle of being better men, of making this world a better place. If this blood is key to unlocking the future, we would be fools to not take this opportunity.
Perhaps you are right. At the very least, we can study it. What's the harm in that?